but it was still mostly white. In 1970, open admissions changed the trajectory of City College. And while open admissions ended in 1999, it created the diverse student body we have today, and one we're so very proud of. So why do I recite this history at a graduate convocation? It's because what makes our graduates unique, whether they be graduate, or what makes our students unique, whether they be graduate or undergraduate students, is not so much where they went to school, but who they went to school with. We have more than 90 different languages spoken on campus. City College's student body is a world's fair. Our students are taught by world-class professors and can keep up with students anywhere. But their superpower is what they learn from other students who don't come from where they come from, whose cultures are different from theirs, whose religions and politics and belief systems are different. That's an education you don't get in a classroom, and it's what sets our students apart. So graduates, know that you are as good as anyone from anywhere. And more than that, you have a superpower. Find the way to use that superpower, that broad view of the world, that understanding of peoples and cultures. Find a way to use it in your chosen profession. Some of you may be sitting there thinking, yeah, that's all good, doesn't really fit with what I'm going to do. Trust me, it fits. You'll find a way. Make a mark on the world that only a City College graduate can. How do I know you can do it? Because it's what City College graduates have been doing for 177 years. You're now part of that group and part of that legacy, and you have advanced skills in your field. I can't wait to see what you do. Congratulations, class of 2024. So now I want to say a word about the ceremony. Master's and PhD students are recognized on the stage in a hooding ceremony. The hood was introduced 1,000 years ago in European universities. Speculation was that scholars went off to study in unheated medieval libraries and they needed the hood for warmth. It was originally part of the robe, and it was an actual hood that you wore. Later it became detached from the robes. Then colors were added to the hoods, representing the institution that granted the degree. My hood, for example, which you can see in the back, is blue and gold for the University of California at Berkeley, where I got my PhD. Today, the hoods represent the academic tradition and the wearer's dedication to the continued pursuit of knowledge. When we begin the procession, each candidate will walk the stage and will be hooded by their mentor or advisor, or in the absence, by the school's dean. And now, it is my great pleasure to bring three-time graduate of City College to the stage for her remarks. Dr. Akeisha Glenn, our keynote speaker, has a PhD in civil engineering from the Grove School of Engineering at City College, a Bachelor of Engineering in Earth System Science and Environmental Engineering, I'm going out of order, also from City College, and a Master of Science in Earth System Science and Environmental Engineering from, guess where? City College. Dr. Akeisha Glenn is a civil engineer who helps cities design strategies to mitigate the impacts of climate change. She specializes in quantifying regional climate risks centered on hazards such as flooding, extreme heat, large-scale climate changes. Her work has contributed to high-impact climate resilience initiatives with local, city, and federal government agencies throughout her academic and professional career, including the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. Her collaborations have led to multiple publications on climate change, can't look up with a tiny little type, climate change and resiliency topics. She is a two-time alumna of the Earth System Science and Engineering program at City College and a PhD in civil engineering. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Akeisha Glenn to the podium.
All right, expect the unexpected. A little early, but I'm ready. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, family, friends, and most importantly, the brilliant graduates of the Grove School of Engineering. I am just so filled with joy and pride to be standing here before you to celebrate you, to congratulate you on this monumental life milestone. I've been in your position, as you've heard, many, 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 many times. But I just want to say that I really want you to appreciate this moment because it was meant to be. I commend you, first of all, for taking the extra step, PhDs, for advancing your skills and capabilities in this field. As you know, the world is a very, very different place, filled with challenges, complexities like we have never seen. And your decision to advance your skills, capabilities in engineering just speaks volumes to your passion to making a difference and your commitment to excellence. A lot of people set out to achieve a goal, they strive for something, but sometimes life has a different plan for you. But I want you to keep in mind that no matter what along that journey, that what's meant for you is meant for you. Sometimes that aligns with what we had in mind, and sometimes life has a different path for you. So as you heard about some of the degrees I've earned, I actually started this path off as a pre-med biology student. I earned my degree, my bachelor's in pre-med biology. I graduated, started working in a hospital, studied for MCATs, and then I said, never mind, I don't want to do this anymore. And it wasn't anything strange, like I wasn't scared of blood or anything like that. I just knew, you have a feeling when you want to do something. So don't ignore that. Make sure when you're making this decision on your path that it's your decision. You're the navigator of your life. So I said, okay, well, I'll figure out something else to do. Fast forward a few years later, I'm living in Viva Las Vegas. That's a different story, also an interesting place to live as well. But while I was there, that's when I had the opportunity to learn about environmental engineering. When I was growing up, I didn't really have anyone around to discuss that type of career path, but because I still had that interest, because I wanted to set out into the world, make a difference, I cared about the environment, I was fortunate to learn about environmental engineering through television. So with that, I went and looked up the programs in Las Vegas, and when you know that they had just started a new program, if you had your bachelor in biology, you could apply for their master's in civil and environmental engineering. I was like, wow, are you kidding? That's meant to be. What are the odds? Because it's Vegas, right? See what I did there? So I go, I meet with the advisor, Dr. Baptiste, and she looks through my transcripts and she's like, wow, this is great. You've taken so many classes. You only need 4 more classes before you can start the master's program. And I'm like, oh, I can do 4 classes. Then we looked at the course offerings for how those courses would be available. It was going to take me 2 years to take 4 classes to start that master's program. So in that moment, I was feeling a little discouraged, but she said, you know what? Don't be discouraged. This is a great opportunity for you, because if you want to pursue a career in engineering, you can go back and earn your bachelor's in engineering. So I'm like, wait, all right, hold on now. You know I have one already, right? I came here to get a master's, and now you're saying this is a great opportunity to get a second bachelor's. Like, who does that? Okay, so I do that because I went back. I looked up programs within CUNY because my first degree is from York College. Ooh, go York College. And wouldn't you know, they had the Earth System Science and Environmental Engineering program that they were just starting at that time too. So I went to City College, applied, got in, and I said, okay, that's it. I just need a bachelor's, I'm good. Then they said, well, you know, we're offering the master's in this program as well in ESE. And I said, okay. As I was about to graduate though, the program wasn't quite ready yet. So therefore, I decided to get a degree in sustainability in the urban environment. So yeah, I'm part of that class too. From there, they said, well, the program is ready. And I'm thinking like, you know what, no, there's no way, all right? You got me with the 2 bachelors, now you want me to do 2 masters? Who does that? So I do that, because then I went and I applied for the master's program in ESD as well. So at this point, I said, okay, I did what I came to do, finally got that master's that set me on this whole path. And then I was approached about doing a PhD. And I'm thinking, no way. Are you kidding me? I think I have enough degrees for a lifetime. And I actually had the opportunity to work as an environmental engineer. I was offered a position to do that, but I had to decide if I was going to do the PhD or the engineering profession, the position. And for some strange reason, I said, you know what? I'm an expert at school. I'm going to do the PhD. Yeah, let's go. Why not? And let me tell you, the best decision I have ever made. In fact, the position that I had applied for had actually fallen through, and they didn't go through with it because of some budgeting issue. So I actually ended up making the right choice after all. And all that is to say that what's meant for you is meant for you. You may come into different obstacles along your path. It may seem like you're delayed. You may feel like you're behind. You missed an opportunity. And I'm telling you, you're not. You are in this position right now because you are meant for this moment. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Do not put limits on yourself. And appreciate those divine detours along the way. Because all the lessons I've learned, all the people I've met, the professors, my colleagues, all of those moments, I was in a position to do something great. And I know that you two are also in a position to do great things. Also, I want you to know along this journey to remain grateful and have some humility as well. While we say like, yes, I did it, we know that none of us really got here by ourselves. We had some type of support, even if it was your cat. Someone was there rooting for you. So I want you to know that as long as you continue to strive for what you want to do, remember, you're the navigator of your own lives. You go for those goals. Keep striving. Keep being the architects of change, because that's what you are, engineers. You're the architects of change. You're the innovators. You're problem solvers. The world needs your skills more than ever right now. And just keep going. Don't put limits on yourself. And I promise you, you will continue to land in all the places that you were meant to be. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Remember what I said about the hood and the continued pursuit of knowledge? Dr. Akeisha Glenn walks the walk. So now it's my pleasure to introduce the the first of two student speakers. The first one will be representing the master's students in the audience, who are getting their degrees today, and the second will be representing the PhD students getting their degrees. So it's my pleasure to introduce Reem Hunaini, who's getting a master's degree in sustainability in the urban environment. Reem is originally from Lebanon and holds a bachelor's degree in civil and environmental engineering. Her dedication to environmental sustainability advocacy started from a young age when she was volunteering to raise awareness and encourage source sorting awareness. Additionally, Reem was chosen to represent the Ministry of Environment at the Model Council of Ministers in Lebanon. Recently, she has worked with the international organizations I do not read well off of a phone. Recently, she has worked with international organizations and the Lebanese government in Lebanon to address disasters during the Beirut port explosion, COVID-19 pandemic, and forest fires. It is truly a source of pride to be a first generation in her family to attain a master's degree. Please join me in welcoming Reem Hunaini.
Esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends. Today marks not only the result of more than a year of hard work and dedication, but also the beginning of a new chapter in our lives, one filled with limitless possibilities and opportunities for growth. As I stand before you, I'm reminded of the journey that brought me here, a journey of resilience, determination, and unwavering commitment to empowerment, particularly for women in the Middle East. Leaving behind my hometown, Saida, and my family in the south of Lebanon, I embraced the challenges and opportunities awaited me in this vibrant city and at the City College of New York. I was keen to overcome challenges through adapting in a new environment and excelling in a new major. But I can say, faculty orientation, my advisor support, hard work and dedication, and group work dynamics that turned into friendship led me here, standing and a step closer to realizing my dreams. Today, we fulfilled a milestone by earning a master's degree from this distinguished university. And now, it's time for all of us to put this well-earned degree into use. It's time to pay it forward. The world is facing many existential crises, and our collective expertise will be the key in addressing and solving them to ensure a sustainable future for us and for our future generation. And this is the goal for the Sustainability in the Urban Environment program, to understand and address environmental challenges through different methodologies. For me, my specialization is in remote sensing, a field that leverages satellite data to detect and analyze environmental trends in order to derive actionable policies. And I'm passionate about bringing this expertise back into my hometown, where I intend to apply these advanced techniques to address and mitigate local environmental issues, especially in water quality assessment and wildfires. As I reflect on our graduation today, I'm conscious of the ongoing struggles faced by many nations, including my home country, Lebanon, that's facing ongoing struggles and attacks on its southern villages since the 8th of October. And like most students around the world, I'm devastated to watch the enduring agony of my brothers and sisters in Palestine, particularly in Gaza. Particularly in Gaza for more than 7 months. The ongoing genocide in Palestine compels each and every one of us to take action, to end injustice suffered by 3 generations of Palestinians, to support them. To support their struggle to achieve what? To achieve just freedom and self-determination and dignity. I'm convinced that each one of us here possesses a voice, a completely different voice, a voice with power to motivate and mobilize others. And yes, our voice as students, our voice as youth, our voice of this generation can make a difference, and it's actually making a difference. In closing, I'm profoundly grateful to the City College of New York for this incredible journey. To every professor who imparted knowledge and wisdom to us, thank you. You have played an invaluable role in shaping this milestone in our lives. And I thank everyone who has been part of this journey. My family, my mom, dad, my sister and my brother who couldn't join me today, my beloved husband, and my yet-to-be-born daughter, who has been accompanying me everywhere since the beginning of the last semester. Class of 2024, congratulations to us all, and thank you.
And now it's my pleasure to invite Karen Tokatli to the podium. Karen Tokatli is graduating from the Clinical Psychology doctoral program. Her dissertation focuses on the language of therapist responses to patients in difficult moments. She is currently completing her internship year at Jacobi Medical Center. Prior to joining the program at City, Karen studied psychology and neurobiology at Harvard College, where she happened to sit in on a class called The Freudian Century that would change her life's trajectory. From that point, Karen became increasingly interested in the psychoanalytic theory and practice. She also joined a peer counseling group and conducted research at developmental and traumatic disorder research labs. Karen was therefore thrilled to discover and eventually find her home in City's unique program that trains students in the deep psychodynamic treatment of both children and adults. Please join me in welcoming Karen Tokatli to the podium.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm so grateful and honored to be speaking to all of you today. Back in 2018, almost 6 years ago now, my classmates and I first walked into the NAC for orientation to our program. I was so nervous. I remember feeling my heart beat faster and faster as I neared the 8th floor. I couldn't wrap my mind around the magnitude of the moment, unknowns upon unknowns for the next many years. Once I walked into our classroom, I locked eyes with multiple people who had already arrived, and I had the sudden sense that this was the place I had been waiting for. The years that followed were turbulent in the world and within many of our personal lives. They were filled with moments of intensity and change, experiences of warm connection and of stunning pain. All throughout this, we were training to become therapists, clinical psychologists. And I think, in a broader sense, this is what ties us all together in this graduate degree commencement. We've all developed here toward a vocation, a specialty, or a professional direction. We had the opportunity to be alongside people who somehow, miraculously, arrived at this exact point in their lives with curiosities and hopes that have resonance with ours. We had the chance to be shaped by them and by our teachers who made their lives in these professions as we emerged into each of our fields. I remember in our first year, some of my cohort mates and I were timidly standing in the doorway of the program's packed student lounge. We were looking around for any free seats in our break between classes. An older student, noticing us lingering, suggested that we might try to find an available child therapy room to spend our break in. So we ended up sitting on the floor of one of these rooms, surrounded by toys. Fitting for us baby first years, we said. After a while, I watched as my new friends casually picked up some of the action figures lying around and began conversing with each other, action figure to action figure. I was transfixed by the interactions of these characters that had suddenly come alive, the products of all we were taking in at the program, and most of all, of my friends' sensitive, playful, creative minds and hearts. I remember thinking that they were so talented. I felt a magnetic pull toward them that still hasn't left me 6 years later. Growing up together in this time, we absorbed our beloved teachers' idioms and language that we still recognize in one another. We witnessed each other become therapists through one-way mirrors and endless conversations. And many of us have been together through the day-to-day, discussing our frustrations, our hopes and dreams, and our dreams from last night, as well as sharing some of the most momentous life events. Our lives have been deeply shaped by our time here at City, in different ways truly innumerable and impossible to capture. In imagining the future of being ourselves in our relationships and work, in our case as therapists with our patients, and for everyone here in your respective fields with your colleagues, clients, or students, it seems apparent to me that the ripples of impact we had on one another will never end. How special to celebrate this moment that is not only a milestone of completing degrees, but also one that marks our heading into professions we chose together, facing many more unknowns as if starting again. Except now, we're bolstered by our years here, by the knowledge and more importantly, the people who moved us and moved with us to this point, those we will continue to spend time with, and those who were internalized through these pivotal years. All of them are ongoing points of reference to turn to through the unique unknown that is each of our futures. I hope this day for everyone here, including our families and friends who continue to be our foundations as we found our ways, is filled with both a sense of fulfillment regarding the past and excitement for that special future unknown. Thank you so much.
Okay, we are ready for the main event. Before we get started, I want to give the graduates a chance to stand up, turn around, and thank all the people behind you who've supported you in this journey. As our keynote speaker said, nobody does this alone, and it's as true for undergraduates as it is for master's students, as it is for PhD students, and as it is for the rest of your life. So we are going to do degrees in the following order. We're going to have PhD students hooded first, and then we will call the master's students up. So I want to invite Dean Andy Rich of the Colin Powell School of Civic and Global Leadership to the stage, or to the podium, to present the PhD candidates in clinical psychology.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. It's my privilege to serve as Dean of the Colin Powell School. We are the School of Social Sciences at City College, and today we are celebrating more than 200 graduates of our 6 outstanding graduate programs. And I want to extend my warmest welcome to the graduates of our doctoral program in clinical psychology and graduates of our master's in mental health counseling, students from MAs in psychology, economics, international relations, and the master's in public administration. Colin Powell School's mission is to transform one of the nation's most diverse student populations into tomorrow's global leaders. This is heady stuff, and it is so important in this moment. We need you, our new graduates, doing this work right now. And the graduates of these 6 programs are already leaders who are having an impact across sectors in ways that are improving the life of our city and society. So thank you for what you do. Thank you to the family and friends assembled, and huge thanks to our faculty and staff, your mentors, who care more about you and your success than you can ever imagine. It is my privilege to present all of you for your degrees, and as Provost Liz said, we're going to start with doctoral students, and it is my pleasure to introduce Steve Tuber, the director of our doctoral program in clinical psychology, and Diana Puñales-Morjan, the director of our psychological center, to present the candidates from the doctoral program in clinical psychology, the only such program across all of CUNY, and nearly unique in its focus and impact nationally, to present their candidates for PhD hooding.
Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. It is my pleasure to begin the hooding for our doctoral students in clinical psychology. Tamsin Marie Baker. The topic of her dissertation is Motherhood in Crisis, a qualitative study of first-time mothers diagnosed with breast cancer. She will be doing a postdoctoral fellowship at Therapists of New York.
And I'll stand over here and shake her hand.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Devika Dugal. The topic of her dissertation is Social Exclusion in Borderline Personality Disorder, Behavioral, Affective, and Neural Consequences. She is doing her postdoctoral work as a staff psychologist at Montefiore Medical Center Department of Psychiatry. Anna Daria Warren Eagleson. The topic of her dissertation is Divorce as a Growth Process, the Marital Separation and Separation Individuation in Adulthood. She will be doing a postdoctoral fellowship at Therapists of New York. Michael Ferrara. The topic of his dissertation is Teach Them How to Say Goodbye, Student Therapist Termination at a Psychodynamic Training Clinic. He will be doing a postdoctoral fellowship at Soho Psychoanalytic. Ani Fredman. The topic of their dissertation is The Makings of Creativity and Empathy, Maps of Maternal Representations. They are completing a postdoctoral fellowship at the Columbia Gender and Sexuality Program at Columbia University Irving Medical Center. Charlotte Breen Gendron. The topic of her dissertation is Adult Play and its Relations to the Working Alliance and Psychosocial Dysfunction in Short-Term Psychotherapy. She will be doing her postdoctoral work as a staff psychologist at North Central Bronx Hospital Outpatient Psychiatry Department. William Frederick Moses Holland. The topic of his dissertation is Mentalized Affectivity Among Adolescents in Wilderness Therapy, an Initial Exploration. He will be doing a postdoctoral fellowship at Madison Park Psychological Services. Eva Layton. The topic of her dissertation is Loneliness, Interpersonal Sensitivity, and the Mechanisms Through Which the Dimensions of Trait Emotional Intelligence May Protect Against Clinical Depression. She has completed her postdoctoral work at Pleasantville Psychology Group. Leon Malky Schubert. The topic of her dissertation is Immigrant Therapists' Perceptions of Transference, Countertransference, and Racial Experiences in the United States. She is completing a postdoctoral fellowship at Mount Sinai at the Center of Intensive Treatment of Personality Disorders. Brian Neff. The topic of his dissertation is Identity-Focused Therapist Self-Disclosure in Matched Sexual Gender Minority Dyads, a longitudinal therapy process outcome study. He will be doing a postdoctoral fellowship at Bryant West Psychology. Shanique Richards. The topic of her dissertation is the moderating roles of racial discrimination and COVID-19 stress on the association between college students' cannabis use and psychosocial functioning. She is completing her postdoctoral fellowship at Northwell Health Lenox Hill Hospital. Emma Routhier. The topic of her dissertation is an exploration of the relation between psychological functioning and reactions to global climate change for late adolescents in New York City. She is completing a postdoctoral fellowship at the William Alanson White Institute of Psychiatry, Psychoanalysis, and Psychology, as well as in private practice. Marie Claire Segman. The topic of her dissertation is a qualitative exploration of psychodynamic therapist experiences when working with parents in child and adolescent psychotherapy. She will be doing a postdoctoral fellowship at Scarsdale's Psychology Associates. Michael Perez Sosa. The topic of his dissertation is Compassion-Based Resilience Training for Frontline Healthcare Workers in Contact with COVID-19 Patients. He is completing a postdoctoral fellowship at the Counseling and Psychological Services of Columbia Health at Columbia University. Karen Tokatli. The topic of her dissertation is Interventions That Move, Characterizing the Language of Therapists' Responses to High Patient Arousal. She will be doing her postdoctoral work in supervised private practice. Leila Talouk. The topic of her dissertation is Immigrant Risk, Self-Discontinuity, and the Role of Nostalgia. She is completing a postdoctoral fellowship at the Addiction Institute of Mount Sinai West. Molly Rappaport. The topic of her dissertation is Joint Laughter Between Patient and Therapist, Exploring the Function of These Moments and Their Relationship to the Working Alliance in Short-Term Psychotherapy. She is completing a postdoctoral fellowship at the Green Clinic. Victoria Schalder. The topic of her dissertation is Early Adversity, Emotion Regulation, Object Relational Functioning, and the Moderating Effect of Gender, a Community Sample Study. She is doing her postdoctoral work as a full-time staff psychologist on the PTSD clinical team at the Northern Arizona VA healthcare system. Yi Wang. The topic of her dissertation is Holistic Treatment, a qualitative study of the integration of Chinese medicine and psychoanalysis in China. She is completing a postdoctoral fellowship at NYU Langone Psychiatry Associates. And Cherise White. The topic of her dissertation is Examining the Effect of Object Relations and Defense Mechanisms on Interpersonal Relations in Adults with ADHD Symptoms. she has completed a postdoctoral fellowship at the Greenwich Psychology Group and Soho Psychology. Congratulations to our newly minted psychologists. It is an honor to have been part of your training. You continue to humble and awe me. And remember, healing is not linear.
That was fun. So now we are going to move on to PhD candidates in engineering, and I'd like to invite Dean Alexander Kouzis to the podium.
Hello, everyone. So, Provost Liss, distinguished guests, fellow faculty, the graduating class of 2024, and all the parents and friends that are here supporting our graduates today. I would like to introduce the Grove School of Engineering graduating class of the PhDs for 2024. The Grove School of Engineering has always been at the forefront of technological advancements, and today we witness the next generation of such visionaries. The doctoral degree candidates, you have reached the pinnacle of academic achievement. Your tireless efforts, countless hours of research, and unwavering commitment have led you to this very moment. As you receive your well-deserved doctoral degrees, remember that you're joining a distinguished group of scholars who have made significant contributions to their fields. Embrace the responsibility that comes with this honor and continue to push the boundaries of knowledge. As the Dean of the Grove School of Engineering at the City College of New York, it is my very distinct honor to stand before you and present the 12th cohort of doctoral students that graduate from the City College of New York in its 177-year history. Dr. Artie Walser, our Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, please come forward to present the PhD candidates in engineering.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? Are we having fun yet? I mean, this is the best time of the year for me, where we have an opportunity to see our students really get their just rewards. The City College of New York is an extraordinary institution, pumping out amazing professionals. You had witness of that today from our keynote speakers and some soon-to-be professionals. And so won't we give them a round of applause? And I want to give a shout out to all the mothers, the fathers, the husbands, the wives, the special significant others, the grandfathers, the whole family who have supported all of these graduates. We want to thank you all for being here and for being in their lives. And y'all can do a better job of thanking them. I saw when the provost asked you to do that, y'all can do a better job. Why don't y'all do that again and thank those folks? No, more. You're in the unit palace here. Come on, more. Show that you're in New York, you're uptown Washington Heights, give them more. Show them that you're from Harlem, USA, give them more. All right, quiet down now. We're going to get down to business. Thank you all for being here. The hooding of the doctoral candidate is rooted, as you heard from our provost, in a rich history dating back centuries and holds special significance as it signifies the culmination of doctoral studies and transition from student to colleagues. So they join the crew. Doctoral candidates will be announced by department and advisor, and they'll step forward if they would. So I will call out by departments each of the soon-to-be doctors to join our group here of professors and PhDs. And so we'll start out with the Department of Chemical Engineering, and our first candidate that's going to transition to becoming a doctor is Mr. Jung-Seng Chu, whose mentors are Professor Robert Messenger and Professor Sanjur Banerjee, who could not be here. You got to use the box. Congratulations. Our next candidate is Subramanian Chabai Ganesh, whose mentor is Professor Charles Maldarali. Don't forget the hug. That's the last one you'll get. Congratulations. From the Department of Electrical Engineering, Yuma Kawaguchi, whose mentor is Professor Alexander Kanakayev. Congratulations. Our next candidate is Rohama Ahmad, whose mentor is Professor Ahmed Mohammed. Congratulations. From the Department of Mechanical Engineering, our first graduate is Harold Gamaro, whose mentor is Professor Pratap Ramamathy, and who is actually hooding him on behalf of Professor Jorge Gonzalez Cruz, who could not be here. Oh, they're working it out. These are engineers, mind you. Our next graduate is Juan Pablo Montoya Ricon. And Professor Ramamathy is going to hood him on behalf of Professor Gonzalez Cruz. Use the box. Congratulations. From the Department of Biomedical Engineering, where they're healing and saving lives, our first graduate is Lucas Hirsch. Oh, okay. Give me one moment. We had to consult. They couldn't be here. They actually already got jobs. They're working. So, yes. See, the parents said that first. From the Department of Chemical Engineering, they can't make it either? Okay. 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 Thank you. We're working this out. Andrew May, whose mentor is Professor Elizabeth Bittinger. We have Yi Young Young, whose mentor is Professor Kai Chen and Raymond Tu. You can give them a round of applause. Their mentors are actually here. Jungwon Park, whose mentor is Professor Robert Messenger. And from the Department of Biomedical Engineering, we have Lucas Hirsch, whose mentor is Professor Lucas Para. We have graduate Daniel D'Arminio, whose professor is Professor Stephen Nickel. Graduate Nadia Guban, whose professor is Professor Maroon Bixon. We have Gavin Suf, whose professor is also Professor Maroon Bixon. And then finally, from the Biomedical Engineering program, we have Yufeng Li, whose professor is Bingmi Fu. And from the Department of Electrical Engineering, we have a student, Hussein Nov, whose mentor is Professor Tarek Sadawi. And also from Electrical Engineering, we have student Matsut Malinowski, whose professor is Professor Alexander Gillison. And finally, from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, these once again two students who could not be here. As I said, they're out there working. We have Ali Mohammed Anbari, whose mentor is Professor Jing Fan. And finally, from the Mechanical Engineering Department, we have Sanan Zhang, whose professor is Professor Hoi Su. And last but not least, from the Department of Civil Engineering, I wish to invite Dr. Equisha Glenn, our speaker today, who graduated during the pandemic and never had the opportunity to walk and to be hooded, so that she might be hooded by her professor, Naresh Devaneni. Yeah. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Okay, we're ready to move on to the master's degrees, and I think we have a few in the audience. I'm going to invite Dean Andy Rich back to the podium.
Okay. All right. I have the pleasure of inviting the candidates for a Master's in Economics to come to the stage to be presented by Professor Matt Nagler. And I'll invite Professor Nagler to use the podium at the left.
Joel Rosas. Good to see you. Joaquin Sanchez Gomez. Valerie DeKalb. Amira El Makawi. Hollyann Tai. Oh, yes. Ksenia Huisanova. Talant Bega. Cassidy Drummond. Safina Zali. Congratulations to all the graduates of the MA in Economics.
And now I'd like to invite Professor Awafa Hamadi to join us to present the candidates for joint masters and BA in Economics. That assumes that we have such candidates. I think we do. Do we have MA, BA, MA, Economics?
Okay. I believe the last one walks. Safi.
Do we just do them? Yeah. Well, this is Awafa Hamadi's, just so you have a sense for who could have presented them. Sorry, Awafa. All right. Then we're going to move on to the Masters in International Relations. And the candidates for the Masters in International Relations will be presented by Professor Jacques Fomerand.
Okay, can I start? Oh, okay. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm calling Paulina Hernandez. Congratulations. Leila Hernandez. Sorry about that. I'm calling Alessandra Leorao. Tatiana, I did not recognize you. Congratulations. Tatiana Cape Carpus. I did recognize her. Rumaisa Jumaina. Congratulations. we're still friends. Sammy Tahini, congratulations. Claudia Vasquez Hampton, congratulations, dear. Congratulations. Claudia was just a mother. Victoria Detering, congratulations. I did not recognize you again. Because I seen so something. Congratulations, because I'm terrible with names. That's it?
That's it.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you guys.
Thank you very much. I now am pleased to call on Professor Licia Ruglis, who will present the candidates for Masters in Mental Health Counseling.
Lori Colon. Joseph Luna. Alexandra Margalina. Irene Margaret Goldsmith. Clara Choi. Bridget Fox. Aweb Shawkat. I also wanted to say Aweb was the recipient of the William King Award for Academic Excellence. Paulina Rosina. Leah Russell Wiener. Ana Maria Picciotti Bernal. Jasmine Fayad Farrow. Faria Hawk. Kiana Jacobs. Taylor Ene. Samantha Jagmahan. Gabriela Mitrovich. Tiffany Lawrence. Carmen Cristina Garcia. Carmen was also the recipient of the William King Award for Academic Excellence. Stephanie Sukdeo. Congratulations, MHC graduates.
And now it's my pleasure to call on Professor Vicki Charter to present candidates for the MA in Psychology and the BA MA in Psychology.
Emmy Villataro. Dorothy Ryder. Lulu Liask. Amira Warren. Joyce Amin. Martina Piras. Rebecca Barnes. Andy Ho. Tatya doesn't want to give her last name. Jenny Zing. Star Gonzalez. Zayar Fayo. Ariel Harewood. Lainey Thompson. Brianna Tenagero. Mariam Al-Sheikh Hussein. Sri Sushma Monica Galakati. Tasmia Parveen. Diana Carrington. Scarlett Sloan Sidwell. I want to say that some of these people I've been in communication with for 3 years. It's the first time I've seen their faces because of email, pandemic, and whatever. I now have the pleasure of introducing the BAMA candidates. Jadal Rondon. Cyan Cruz. Paula Sofia Fernandez Olmedo. Nicole Serino. Jessica Carranza. Danya Alhindi Owe. Manfrer Espanol. Anthony Oliveras. Leslie Corona. Yiklendi Ning Liang. Lisa Cow. Telaka Hunt. Emily Ortiz. Janessa Graham. Skylar Polanco.
And then last for the Colin Powell School, it's my pleasure to call on Professor Bobby Darival to present the candidates for Masters in Public Administration.
I'm excited to present this year's candidates for the Master in Public Administration degree. Nicole Smith. Talia Nobles. Migdalia Pantaleon, recipient of the MPA Program Award for Outstanding Contribution. Christopher Brown. Melise Valdez. Ramdat Singh. Natalie Joseph. Maite Hernandez. And Maite is also an award recipient for Outstanding Contribution in Public Service Management. Rosalia Rodriguez. Aminat Adekola.
All right. And now, I think we have some happy people in the audience. And now I'm going to invite Dean Alexander Kouzes back to the podium for the Masters in Engineering and the Masters of Science in Engineering.
Hello again. I'm immensely proud to stand before you and present the candidates for Masters of Engineering, Masters of Science from the Grove School of Engineering. Masters candidates, you've mastered, obviously, the respective disciplines and have acquired the skills and expertise to excel in your chosen paths. Hard work and perseverance, intellectual curiosity have brought you this milestone. The names of our candidates will be presented by our Assistant Dean, Dr. Rollins Behari, who will actually announce the candidates. Rollins?
For the Department of Biomedical Engineering, we invite Professor Bingmei Fu. She's representing CUNY Distinguished Professor, Chair of the Department, Mitch Schaffler, and we also invite the faculty members from the Department of Biomedical Engineering to congratulate their graduates. Mohammed Tusef Nur. Raz Pudia Shaine. Thank you very much, biomedical engineering faculty members. We would next like to call upon our graduates from our master's degree in chemical engineering, and representing the chemical engineering chair today is Professor Robert Messinger, as well as some other faculty members who will congratulate their graduates. So for chemical engineering, our first graduate here today is Heyang Go Zhang. Thank you very much, chemical engineering faculty members. For the Department of Civil Engineering, we'd like to call upon our illustrious chair, Professor Beth Withig, as well as our esteemed faculty members who do so much for the students at the City College of New York and at the Grove School of Engineering. Let's give our faculty members for their mentorship, their leadership, their tutelage, a round of applause. Our first graduate here today for civil engineering is none other than Carlos Pacheco. And graduating very early this year is, what's her name? Demetra. Let's give Demetra a round of applause. But in reality, it's Christos Zupandes. Let's congratulate him. Ying Chen. Thank you very much, civil engineering, faculty members, and chair. We'd like to call upon the faculty members for the computer engineering program to come on stage to congratulate their students. And we are joined by Professor Kira Kawaguchi, the chair of the computer science department. I believe I saw Professor Fenster. Okay, great. So the academic program director for the computer engineering program is Professor Muharrem Umit Uyar, and the first graduate of their program for this year is Gabriel Aguera. You're welcome. Next, we will have none other than Nausheen Zaman. Salim Al-Tahari. Jennifer Caceres. Okay. And since Professor Kira Kawaguchi is on stage, he would also mention about and congratulate our computer science graduates. And we would like Professor Fenster to also stay on stage. Those are graduates from our data science and engineering program, our computer science program, and also our computer engineering program. So do we have any graduates here today? Okay, just those that passed across the stage already, so let's give them another round of applause. Thank you very much. Representing the Electrical Engineering Department is none other than Professor Roger Dawsonville. And we would like to invite on stage to the front Professor Dawsonville as well as his faculty members. So are there any electrical engineering majors here today? Okay. All right. Okay, so please stay on stage, all the faculty members. We will congratulate the cybersecurity program graduates, our master's degree in cybersecurity. Since it's an interdisciplinary program. Kinsa Nafis. MD Abdul Kadir. Mohammed Uwas Gehori. Sanjana Binte Azad. Fareen Ansari, Farheen. Abhijit Datta. Jamil, okay. Bamabath, Brambath. Sanita Lucky. Catherine Lopez Arango. Juan Goranja Alucia. Bankole Alan Meyen. Okay, so we do have some electrical engineering graduates, so please come up on the stage. Kazi Sawan. Munir Hussein. Adriana Beatrice Perez Naranjo. Subarna Afrin. Cesar Gilberto Hernandez Montiel. Bonnie Xavier. Mohammed Jode. Kwajo Anyi Madu. Okay, so we'd like to call upon our data science and engineering master's degree graduates. Please come forward and the same faculty members can stay on stage. Subham Kandale. Rohit Gulyeve. Rahul Chandani. Saeed Farouk Ruden Kawadri. Alan Lau. Nikita Kanam. Annalie Gregg. Another young graduate, right? Sumaya Udin. Rabiul Hussein. Jose Salas. And we would now have our Earth System Science and Environmental Engineering graduates. Please come forward, and we'd like the faculty members for the Earth System Science and Environmental Engineering program to come to the front, including our illustrious chair, Reza Campbell-Vardy. Katrin Janda. Sadiatun Ahad. Thank you very much. So we'd like to call upon our Mechanical Engineering Chair, Professor Ferdinand Delali, and his faculty. Would the graduates of the Mechanical Engineering program please come forward? Thank you. Anastasia Alkaziz. Akash Singh. Ahmed El Tawari. And last but certainly not least, thank you very much, Professor Delali and faculty members, is our Masters in Translational Medicine program. So we'd like to call upon Professor Fritton, as well as any members from the Biomedical Engineering program, faculty members. I had to look at her name, but I knew her since she was a freshman. Hannah Kasim. Katia Dressler. Afar Ulay. Nicole Montilia. Hannah Yaffe. Rukia Sangadi. Hejin Chu. Daniela Marie Nunez Garcia. Abbas Kanye. Hijerta Delija. We'd like to congratulate all of our master's degree graduates from the Grove School of Engineering.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for master's degrees in science. And I would like to invite Dean Susan Perkins to the podium.
Good afternoon, graduates and our guests, Provost Liss, and the rest of my colleagues on stage and in the audience. My name is Susan Perkins, and I am the Martin Michelle Cohen Dean of Science at City College. My day job as dean is overwhelming, but back when I was not that, I was a biologist, and I greatly appreciated experiments. But my favorite experiment is not one that I've done in my lab, but rather one that happened 177 years ago, when a group of New Yorkers decided to establish what was then called the Free Academy and what we now know as the City College of New York. You didn't need money, you didn't need wealthy parents, you didn't even know somebody or know somebody who knew somebody. You just needed ambition and curiosity, and you were welcomed to study at this wonderful place, which we now call City College. That experiment wasn't published in Nature or Science or Cell, but it worked out extremely well. We got a polio vaccine, we got the game theory of economics, we learned ways to discover crystal structures of proteins, and those are just 3 of the 10 Nobel Prize winners who have come out of the Division of Science at City College. I'm a little bit proud. We have also had thousands of graduates who have gone on to be fantastic doctors, researchers, entrepreneurs, teachers, and more. They have made New York City, this country, and the world a better place. And now, class of 2024, you will continue in that tradition. You have been our students, but very often you have also taught alongside of us, worked with us in our labs, and been our colleagues. You have made us all proud today, and you always will do so. I wish you the best in what you are going to do from now on, and I just hope that you will always maintain your place in our City College family. I would now like to invite the faculty from the Division of Science to join me on stage. Anywhere here is good. So Kaya McDonald, who's Professor of Earth and Atmospheric Science. We have Chair David Lohman, Professor of Biology. I think Anna's next to you, Anna Carnival, Professor of Biology. Oh, Alina Vodvina is our Chair and Professor of Math. Stephen O'Brien, Chair and Professor of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Anna Carnival, once again, Professor of Biology. Eli Amzalag, Lecturer in Math. And Jimmy Booth, new Professor in Earth and Atmospheric Sciences. So we just have a small group. I'm just going to read out the names. So first, our master's students in biology. I'd like to introduce Bethany Johnson. Also in biology, James Bruce Bell. Also in biology, Nia Brown Fonros. was just on Nia's committee yesterday. And in biotechnology, we also have Christina Ramsaran. Is Christina here? No. Congratulations, Christina. In earth and, oh, she is here, woo! Sorry, Christina. Okay, sorry about that, Christina. All right, in earth and atmospheric science, Tareen Hake. And in geology, Angeles Anunagba. All right, receiving a master's in mathematics, we have Adam Ashion de Elia. And Elliot Kimbra Perry. And then in physics, we have Brian Joaquin. Also in physics, we have Jose Herrera. This one's hot off the press. Our final Division of Science master's student today is Zachary Carter. Let's give one more round of applause to the Division of Science master's students. Thank you. Thank you, faculty.
Okay, friends, we are coming down the home stretch. And now presenting the Masters of Architecture candidates for the Bernard and Ann Spitzer School of Architecture, I'd like to invite to the podium Associate Dean Michael Miller.
Good afternoon, everyone, and greetings to the class of 2024 from the small but mighty Spitzer School of Architecture. Congratulations to you all. I'd like to invite my colleague Hannah Borgeson, the Director of Graduate Affairs, to help me honor the students with the degree of Masters of Architecture and Masters of Landscape Architecture.
Thank you. Thanathorn Nawak Bumrung. Jasmine Russos.
Thank you all.
And now, we are going to present Master of Science candidates in Sustainability in the Urban Environment program. I invite Program Director, Professor Kyle McDonald, to the podium.
Thank you. These students in the Sustainability in the Urban Environment program have earned their Master of Science degrees through offerings from the prior presenting divisions, from the Division of Science, the Spitzer School of Architecture, the Grove School of Engineering, and the Colin Powell School for Civic and Global Leadership. They came to us with a passion and the understanding that this whole earth has some problems that we need to solve. And by capitalizing on their interdisciplinary perspectives and skills, and together advancing integrative and holistic ways of thinking, they are now well positioned to confront the challenges associated with reducing humanity's heavy footprint on an increasingly fragile earth. We look to them with hope, and we offer our encouragement as they strive to build better urban futures, cities more ecologically robust, economically resilient, and socially just. I invite Catherine Glody Silverman, our Assistant Director, to introduce the graduates.
Marielle Jacques. Reem Hunaini. Haniota Ilipulu. Ariandi Gomez. Ninad Kashyap.
Thank you so much, Catherine.
Khadija Muhammad. Sorry, double duty. Kaylee Magala. Shivangani Pandey. Yay! Sorry. Miriam Conde. Eric Awali. Flor Ruiz. Macarena Naranjo Fajardo. Congratulations, sustainability.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is everyone. So I want to say one final congratulations to these beautiful graduates. We are so, so very proud of you and so hopeful for what you're going to do. So now, this brings our program to a close. I want to invite those of you who are planning to come to our main graduation ceremony tomorrow on the South Lawn of City College. We look forward to seeing you there. I think there's one thing I'm supposed to do here, and it has something to do with your tassel. Which side is your tassel on? Well, get it over to the other side. All right, now we're done. So I'm going to ask the audience to please remain seated while the platform party exits, followed by the graduate procession. And once the graduates are all gone, please make an orderly departure to the exits, and you can meet your graduates in the lobby. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.